Hafa day everyone and Biba Ha'anin Christmas. My name is Cami and today I will be showing you how to make my version of champuladu. If I'm being honest, my actual favorite Christmas dessert would have to be my gama's latizza. It's perfect, it makes me feel like home, it's always served around Christmas and very special other holidays, but because the holidays are looking a little different this year, I wanted to come up with my own recipe to keep me in the spirit at home. But this one has a little twist. Recently, I've done a web series with Micronesia Climate Change Alliance promoting a plant-based cookbook, and it also inspired me to make a vegan version of champuladu. I've switched out some of the dairy products with non-dairy alternatives. If I do say so myself, it's still quite good. It's not as good as my papa's, according to what my mom tells me, but it is a close second. So first, I'm gonna show you some of the ingredients, and then we'll begin. So for the materials and ingredients we're gonna have a medium-sized pot with any large spoon will be fine. Up next we have, I measured out 2 cups of white, washed and uncooked rice. We're going to be soaking that in. About 4 cups of water that I have set aside here. Now for our dairy replacements, which make this a vegan champuladu. You can have 12 ounces of either coconut milk or almond milk. For this particular demonstration, I'm going to have about 6 ounces of coconut milk and 6 ounces of almond milk, but you can do either or. So a full can of coconut milk or about 12 ounces of almond. And our last 2 ingredients are definitely to taste. I would say I use 3/4 of a cup of sugar, white sugar, and 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. And you can adjust those to taste. All right, let's head to the stove. So first we're gonna put our uncooked rice in the pot. Right now I have it on medium-high heat. And up next we're gonna have our 4 cups of water go right into the bowl. We're gonna stir that around. So once I have my water in the pot, I'm going to leave this for about 5 minutes and we'll check back on it later. So after about 5 minutes on a medium-high heat, I took off the cover and you're gonna have this type of consistency. Now I already measured out 6 ounces of the coconut milk, so I'm just gonna add that straight in and then give it a little stir. And then I'm going to add an additional 6 ounces of almond milk. So like I said the first time, it doesn't have to be a little half and half concoction like I'm doing it here, but this is just to show you what type of consistency and what type of taste you're looking for. I personally like it with the coconut milk because it is a little thicker and I like my champuladu a little bit more on the thick side. Almond milk is good if you want it to have a thinner consistency and not have it so like chunky. Coconut milk is also good because you don't have to have that much of an added white granulated sugar because coconut milk is already pretty sweet on its own. I don't really add that much sugar when I use a full can of coconut milk. So now I'm going to start by adding 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. That looks about right. Okay, so we're gonna add this in. I think I'm gonna switch over to a whisk. My handy dandy assistant over here. So I switched to a whisk because I was just not getting all the chunks of chocolate broken down enough. So with the whisk it was a little bit easier. So if you want to have a whisk on hand, that'll probably help you out. So now I'm adding in some white sugar. Typical recipes usually call for about 3/4 of a cup, but today I'm just doing it to taste because I think that coconut milk is pretty sweet on its own. Let's just add a little bit more because I don't think we're gonna need a lot of sugar in this. So now that everything is in the pot, it's incorporated, and it's smelling amazing, I'm going to leave this on the stove at a medium heat for about 20 minutes. Then we're gonna plate it, give it a try, and see how we did. Should I put my Santa hat on for the taste test? It's good. Delicious. All right, everyone, thank you so much for following my recipe on vegan champuladu. If you try this recipe, make sure to take a photo and tag KOAM News. And thank you so much, Bree, for including me in this holiday special. Adios.